LEVAN SAGINASHVILI is again going to lose a few rounds to ERMES GASPARINI, but he will still remain the champion. So my final prediction is LEVAN defeating ERMES again with the same score again, 4-2 LEVAN. If ERMES wants to win the match, he must win the first round. Why? Let's analyze one common interesting fact about all of LEVAN SAGINASHVILI super matches since 2018. The fact is, LEVAN cannot be stopped when he doesn't have the buckle of the strap on his hand. In simple words, if you're seeing LEVAN on the left side of the screen, he's flash pinning his opponent. And let's see if the history proves this point or not. LEVAN's first super match was in 2018, at least his first big super match. That was against Dmitry Trubin. 6-0 LEVAN, as we all know. But only one round stopped for 6 seconds. It was the first round and LEVAN SAGINASHVILI had the buckle on his hand. All of the other rounds were almost flash pins. Then he faced Tim Brezhnev and Kidragali Ongarbayev. None of the 12 rounds stopped, so we cannot really count that. And we are mostly talking about the strap matches here because that's what matters. If LEVAN is trying to pin someone and somehow his opponent manages to prevent the pin and get the slip in about 3 seconds of arm wrestling, I'm not really counting that. So strap matches only. So his fourth super match was against Vitaly Lalitin. That match was talked about by the entire arm wrestling world. First round stopped for about 8 seconds in the center. Vitaly may have lost his wrist after a few seconds, but the match stayed on for about 9 seconds before LEVAN pinned him. There was another round that took about 7 seconds to finish. LEVAN obviously won that too, and even in that round, just like the first one, which stopped for 8 and 9 seconds, LEVAN had the buckle in all of those rounds. But in that 7-second round, he was mostly playing with Vitaly. He was looking him into his eyes. Maybe he could have finished the match in about 5 seconds if he wanted to. Then Dave Chaffee and Devon Laird matches were all flash pins. None of the rounds actually stopped. Devon believes that the first round stopped, so even if we count that, LEVAN had the buckle there too. And then the most famous ERMES Gasparini match. Round 1, LEVAN had the buckle. It took him about 9 seconds to win that round. Round 2, this time he didn't have the buckle and it still took him about 8 seconds. So is the theory failing here? Well, again, just like the Vitaly Lalitin match, this time too, LEVAN was staring ERMES into his soul. He probably could have finished the match in 5 seconds if he wanted to. Round 3, LEVAN has the buckle again. 45-second round, ERMES elbow fouls. After the restart, 19-second round, this time LEVAN elbow fouls, and then he gets the flash pin. So over a minute of arm wrestling. Round 4, we were assuming that LEVAN is tired and ERMES is going to turn around, but we forgot that he didn't have the buckle and he flash pinned ERMES. And then the 5th round, which made LEVAN mad. He doesn't like to talk about it even today. 30 seconds of arm wrestling, LEVAN elbow fouls. Then 36 seconds of arm wrestling, LEVAN elbow fouls again. But the match wasn't over because it was a 3-foul system. So over a minute of arm wrestling. Then the Devon Laird super match, the rematch. Round 1, LEVAN has the buckle again. Devon stops him for about 27 seconds. That is a huge time. After that, all of the rounds were flash pin. All of the rounds were flash pin in the Jerry Cadret match too, so we cannot really count that. So if we really take a look at it, in all of the rounds when LEVAN didn't have the buckle, ERMES stopped him for about 8 seconds and Vitaly managed to stop him for about maybe 3 to 4 seconds when he didn't have the buckle. That's about it. If we count all of the rounds, maybe LEVAN has arm wrestled less than a minute, but the same cannot be said when LEVAN does have the buckle. And if we take a similar approach in ERMES Gasparini's matches, it's kind of opposite, or maybe similar I should say. ERMES got flash pinned against Devon when he did have the buckle on his hand, and he got flash pinned by LEVAN in all of the rounds when he had the buckle on his hand. The same goes for Vitaly too. He got flash pinned by Vitaly too a couple of times in the rounds when he had the buckle on his hand. So it affects ERMES and LEVAN both. That's why I was saying in the beginning of this video that ERMES must win the first round, and for that I think he must win the toss as well. He cannot afford to be on the buckle side in the first round. If LEVAN wins the toss, I think the match is already over. So even if ERMES stops LEVAN like the last time, and this time he wins the round by pinning LEVAN, what happens in the next round when LEVAN doesn't have the buckle? I think he flash pins him again. And what happens if this time around LEVAN gets stopped, realizes he cannot win and lays down immediately to save energy. He doesn't have the ego that would force him to fight until the end and get exhausted in one round. The toss is going to be very important. I cannot emphasize enough on this fact. And I'm not one of those guys who thinks that Hermes has no chance, he's going to get destroyed and run over by LEVAN. I think he has a good chance. I would give Hermes at least 25% chances of winning this match, maybe even more. But in order for that to happen, everything needs to fall in place. Hermes needs to have the best strategy, the best arm wrestling, and the best luck on his side to win that day. That's it for this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again.